Asuka can and can't do, and we're about to see it in the application.
Yeah, I will say one thing going for Goats here, besides, you know, kind of just having a decent amount of range in comparison to Faust, it definitely is, you know, projectile. It's really gonna not be able to use it. It's not as easily dealt with because of the way Faust is. We're seeing actually a really crazy amount of pushback from Night Persona here. The anticipation on such like crazy amount of moves there. You can play it both ways. If you know how Asuka kind of works or have a general feel for the insanity that can be done by this character, and already we're seeing very unique interactions that Faust is getting out. The seemingly low profiling a whole projectile because of just how low he drops to the ground to simply crouching.
And look at this, Night Persona already able to break a good amount of defense from Goats. Got him on the wall once again, trying to set up some bombs too, and of course, we're going to be securing that wall break. Maybe not. No.
Wow.
Yeah, no, the bomb didn't secure it, but there we go. Now we do. And it's going to take the first round and the first game.
Night Persona having god tier levels of RNG, just getting double items. I mean, now that I'm actually more familiar with the game of Faust, you know, it's just like, oh, I wasn't familiar with your game, my good sir. And now through that realization is shown such amazing things that Faust can do, and just how crazy the RNG can get. You can literally, I mean, I've heard that like one of the most rare things you can get is like double, if not triple meteor, like back to back. And right there, we just saw double bombs back to back, but Night Persona immediately bagging it. One of the newer moves that Faust can do in the game now.
And already doing some nice pokes against Goats, but you know, they're just able to burst, keep themselves alive for a little bit longer. But again, you got to realize that Night Personas does have a lot of strong pokes that he can use, and that's exactly what's happening here. We already got Goats in the corner, just sending a little army, but we just can't break this defense again.
Yeah, no, very crazy holdout from Goats here. Unfortunately, all that defense, you cannot block a grab. Getting a bit of a side switch there, but unfortunately now having to be even furthermore in this risk meter. But slowly it's whittling down. Night Persona taking those proper steps back, trying to kind of slightly respect Goats' pressure. Goats even getting more confident with the flow of it, even PRCing in to break the wall, not necessarily having any sense of super to get a full advantage off of it.
Not at all, and already Night Persona has to figure out a way to stop the zoning that Goats is doing, because it's getting a little bit of a chip, but being able to teleport in with your Scarecrow is definitely going to help out. But it's still, while the Assault secured a guard crush, and there we go, we got the wall. This could be a really good wall break if we keep up the Oki here.
Oh, good grab from Goats there into the corner. I mean, hey, sometimes that is the most solid option you can throw out.
Absolutely. And already just trying to zone, being able to stop Night Persona from just running in there. And this is what Goats has to do. Just keep out your opponent. That's how Asuka likes to play.
Here. Follow the mini Faust over into the corner here. Now having to respect all of these hammers flying out. And even Night Persona just kind of continuing to put on so much pressure in the corner here, getting two whole counter hits, forcing Ghost first. Ghost now having to go for the super to at least possibly get out of this corner. It's a really good grab, slowly but surely pushing towards the whole other side of the screen. Immediately getting back that mana. The conservation being so well right now for Ghost. All but getting opened up by Dust there. No burst to stop this one. Huge damage.
Absolutely massive, and just going to be sending Goats flying for another round. Night Persona doing really good at just locking Goats down and able to once again use those moments, as you see right there, using a strong poke, just trying to make the way in again, uses a nice load. We're getting a whirlwind into the corner, and already in the first few seconds securing another wall break, leaving Goats in a really rough spot, especially after opening them up in another corner.
Very respectable shimmy to the command grab there. I mean, Ghost definitely was possibly anticipating something else there, but Night Persona just having a bit of that patience and exercising it, doing such good wonders there.
Absolutely.
But God, lost.
Hey, it's fine. You know, you can reverse sweep. You can reverse sweep.
Yeah, no, Night Persona definitely sitting on the match point now here. Very confidently ready to send Goats to the losers bracket, which very scary to already be that quick down, or rather this close to the grave. I mean, Night Persona, like I said, on an absolute terror, just willing and ready to, you know, rip everybody to shreds with very clean 3-0s yesterday, and possibly now willing to follow through today with a whole other bracket, all other group of people. But oh man, as I'm saying here, Goats is getting a really good pushback. Unfortunately, does drop the dust combo.
And also, again, getting put into the corner by Night Persona. Getting your projectiles just kicked, being used as a fishing pole, and then the golf club coming out too. Night Persona is just keeping you back so hard while also rushing you down. Goats not really finding the answer, especially as they're getting wall bounced and juggled in the corner here, trying to set up a fireball, but once again, you're in the corner and you don't have options. Ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, I think Night Persona literally just ran forward. Yeah, no, Faust is such a deceiving character animation-wise. Run forward, looking so scary, but literally, Night Persona is running forward, saying, "Oh, you're gonna super? Let me do it too," and that worked out very well.
Absolutely, and look at this, Night Persona just still rushing Goats down, able to get the command grab out to the mini Faust army coming out. Your grab gets whiffed, you can't find any answers, and now there we go, we're getting another scalpel, we're putting you back on the back foot again. The low poke's not going to be connecting this time, but hey, PRC, block the YRC, and just get a quick jab in, that's all you need.
Yeah, definitely. Those rock, always respectable. Never mind. You know what? Maybe it is Ox. Take it back.
They said only my intro is being displayed. I don't want to see your stuff.
Wow. And immediately getting started here. Envy. Actually, rather, man, both players showing and just kind of showcasing how quickly their characters get started.
Absolutely, because look at that, Envy being able to get the throw there and just, of course, cross-ups, mix-ups. That's whatever you want to do with Millia Rage, because we're PRCing after our hair disc. And just look at that movement. Ox cannot find Envy at all, but there we go, able to find one. Able to find a little bit of a DP there, but still getting taken out.
Yeah, no, Envy definitely was a bit compromised there, seeing the tether thrown on, but now, I mean, you would think that that's not really a good thing, especially Millia wanting to be airborne, wanting to be away from her opponent so that she could set up so much of the stuff that we're seeing here, but unfortunately it did not work out immediately in their favor. It's now AKZ on the very much counteroffensive, having to block so much. Oh my. Ooh. All the way from corner to corner. Didn't end off with the super there.
Ooh, might have wanted to though, because Envy's starting to be on the back foot. But hey, there you go. Just use the OD reversal. That's all you need.
And not minus enough to stop that, or just to stop that from happening. I mean, sometimes you do have to anticipate when your opponent has the meter what they can do with that meter. You know, you can't be always risky immediately right off the bat. You know, it's round start. Or rather, even just game start, you know, and it's really hard to condition your opponent from just that start alone. You need some time. You need a couple matches, even almost to a sense, you need some games before you can actually get your opponent in the mindset properly to do a lot of that more ballsy kind of I'm in your face gameplay. There are some players who are willing to just use their reversals. And man, just as similarly, AKZ immediately adapted and using the parry stop Envy's immediate counter pokes back. Oh my gosh, really clean grab there.
Especially being able to get the tether on Envy and secure a burst in order to stop their oppression. Going to be able to take around themselves as Envy. They really have to find an answer now to, because Ox is, of course, using the mat and using the parry to keep themselves alive, but Envy's just rushing in here, able to get a throw. The disc is going to allow for the combo to start up once again and again and again.
Cannot rely on that parry too much. AKZ very quickly falling apart at the seams here as Envy is very confidently holding it down. Going all the way in the corner with a very very swift and perfect kill.
The 7 infamous golden letters, as some people would say. When you see that perfect happen in a match, you already know that you have to work so much in order to take your opponent down, which is what Ox wants to do. You know, they got the burst, but they're still being crossed up pretty hard by Envy.
Man, AKZ going for a full conversion here, breaking the wall. Oh no, just barely. Even Zetsun not breaking the wall there. Man, that's how close is AKZ.
Doesn't matter though. AKZ is still getting hit right now because Envy made their way back alive, going to be able to use the hair disc to get enough momentum. And we get the wall break, but we still have 1 HP. Ox has one final chance to take this game if they want it, but the burst is still there from Envy.
The immediate disc coming out from Envy there with the approach. AKZ, just, I mean, that's kind of the interaction that you get whenever you try to not respect the disc coming out from Millia. Either one, you do get to actually counter hit, you know, like the Millia didn't properly space it, or 2, counter hit, you know, on your behalf. You're getting counter hit and blown up for it. It always is scary to deal with.
Absolutely. And Again, we just gotta highlight how good Envy is. Of course, they're playing Millia Rage, so your main game plan is just going to be moving around the screen, just doing air mobility, map mix-ups and cross-ups, and that's exactly what Envy just keeps doing. But Ox getting bursted in the corner is not what you want, but at least yours is going to hit.
Ooh, good grab there. We're seeing AKZ trying to really kind of push back with these parries, anticipating a lot more presses from Envy here, and Envy making the ultimate option of just grabbing. But now that option of grabbing can possibly come back to bite, as AKZ, recognizing it, is now pressing the huge offensive when they're up close.
Absolutely, and now Envy's just, look at that, just a double cross up. Good to be able to air dash back and forth, but still not able to catch Ox as they're just trying to do their rose jumps, not able to get their hits in. There we go, we got something there.
Oh, deflect shield attempt there from Envy, but unfortunately not necessarily anything pressed in, I guess, counter to it.
Nice, got the moon. Gonna be able to knock out an Ox into the other corner. Boom. All we back at the burst, and yeah, that's our round. That's our round.
Very clean burst bait there from Envy.
But already, Ox gonna be able to get a really nice counter hit.
Ooh, open up by the dust, but not necessarily capitalize off of immediately. And now Envy getting the wall there. It does unfortunately seem like AGZ is the one who's sitting on meter here, but very quickly that advantage is helping Envy build up all the meter that they need. And immediately goes to use it, but oh no, gets knocked out. Oh, just before. You hate to see it.
Absolutely. That means Envy really has to hold his combo together if they don't want to deal with the consequences of that dropped OD. But yeah, the wings, that's going to be enough to break the wall and secure the win for Envy, as they're going to be moving on against 208 Studio in winners quarterfinals, which means they're going to be playing
Duel 1.
Going to be seeing how this goes off at the start. Of course, whoever wins this will be getting a spot immediately into top 8, as already both of them are just kind of backdashing against each other. But there we go. Test Your Luck is starting to test their luck and get a lot of damage for it.
Yeah, no, Test Your Luck actually choosing not to respect something that you can disrespect in that moment. A bit of just kind of knowledge check there, and not allowing for Wild to immediately get in front of their face. Man, Test Your Luck, very crazy for it.
Absolutely. Test Your Luck, they're testing their luck, and they have, of course, a glass cannon character, so if they don't get set up on, which Wilds is doing now, they can be pretty fine. As now we see Test Your Luck stuck in the corner, as Wild is using everything in their tool set, but once everything is gone, Test Your Luck is finally ready to test it.
Now Test Your Luck getting a really good burst out from Wild there. Now Wild not having any sense to stop their pressure. Oh my gosh. Man, we were talking about it before, but I'll talk about it again now. That heavy slash is just so much damage.
Yeah. Nago is just such a brutal character. in terms of damage. And I feel like in that round, you can just see it on full display.
Yeah, and now TestYourLuck being up that one game. Not necessarily at any sense of match point. You know, we can see a very huge turnaround from Wild here, if not possibly just the fight to that first to 3. I mean, I definitely feel like the rules of Guilty Gear kind of changing to fit the style of the game. It does make those, like I was saying earlier, 10-second rounds definitely hurt less. So man, 10-second rounds, it can always possibly be, as we're seeing here, distributed once more by TestYourLuck. Kind of ending off, or not saying ending it, but doing so much damage very early on in the match here, only about 15 seconds.
Yeah, only 15 seconds and TestYourLuck has already done so much. And the YRC doesn't even matter. He already back teleported. He's going to just use a portal to just finish you off. And now TestYourLuck just immediately, Wild assaulting in, already has Wild in the corner, but Wild is making their way back out.
Yeah, no, yellow Roman cancel can always be so odd to find, just kind of throw out. It's like, 1 second it does work, and the other second, well, you know, we saw it used very beautifully there. Being able to stop TestYourLuck temporarily from the amount of pressure we're seeing here, but unfortunately jumping in the air there just so shortly allowed for TestYourLuck to spin in and get the ground hit. Which, man, we're possibly going to see another 3-0. I mean, not to say that, like, you know, that's been the trend of the matches tonight. We're seeing a lot of pushback from the players who are in these scenarios, but man, it just really comes down to it. All you need is those really good interactions, very few interactions, you know, especially for a character like Nago, and then close it out.
Duel 1.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and the thing is, you know, TestYourLuck. Again, they're on the Nago, but they're also in the earlier games. You know, they're feeling good about themselves. They're just trying to warm up, chill out, and also trying to make sure that they beat these opponents. Because again, all these opponents are just so formidable. I wouldn't want to go against any of them in a match, but it looks like TestYourLuck wants to go up against Wild because we got a Street Fighter 6 Pro Loop. Doesn't even matter though. Reversal.
Oh my gosh. That was annoying. Getting that DP out there from TestYourLuck. I mean, man, really so much that Nago can do, even with a bit of a drop there. And now Wild having to kind of just start playing a lot more defensively, using deflection immediately to stop that pressure from TestYourLuck. Now TestYourLuck, despite it, still going all the way in, gets a really good grab, immediately shadow steps away, does not want to deal with that. Oh, but really good throw from Wild.
Very good. Again, trying to break open this defense. Going to be able to with a drill kick. Tries to go for another one, but yeah, TestYourLuck was watching for it that time. And with that, TestYourLuck is walking away with the...
Duel 1.
Whoa, okay. I guess here's hoping. Mikesaftig immediately getting broken up. Here's the hoping indeed. RX-78 so ready.
Absolutely, and there we go, going to be getting a Tyrant Barrel, and that's breaking another wall. We've already got 2 wall breaks in the first 9 seconds of this match. RX-78 not allowing anything to be set up, but Mikesaftig finally able to get out of the corner and being able to do a Tyrant of their own.
Definitely saying, let me show you how it's done. And so much damage there from RX now. Now he's in the corner, is immediately going to super out, but does get blocked twice there from Mike. And just starts at that, showing the absolute level of confidence.
And there we go, forcing the burst from Mike. But there we go, able to get a little bit of a normal combo going and taking the first round to RX-78. And already off the round start, getting the Rekka off of the Elkhart Hawk Baker. We got the wall again.
Yeah, no, very good starts here for RX. Getting the wall immediately from the start there. You know, really hard for Mikesaftig to get a footing, something that's not really easy when it comes to Soul.
Woo! Okay, a little bit of a beak driver, and we're still in the corner right now. RX-78 kind of cooking hard, but we're coming from the sky with a little bit of a dive punch. Counter hit. We have the corner again. We drop the combo. It's fine. We're going to find our opening. Yes, we do.
Just as quickly falling out of it. Now out of the corner, Mikesaftig very willing to take it back, using the meter to do so. Unfortunately, did not pay off as great as Mikesaftig was intending it to. That would give RX-78 a chance to be able to push all the way back. So close to death now.
Really close to death. Just has to dash away. Jumping in the sky. Gets caught out of the sky, though. That's never what you want. Put in the corner. RRC. And there we go, Mikesaftig. You know, they're not going to lose. They're not going out of this gone.
Yeah, no, very crazy pushback there from Mikesaftig and a very good confirm in the corner. Which now we're seeing a kind of answer from RX here. Oh my gosh! Initially dropped twice now, actually. Trying to now hold down the corner, but getting all the way put in the corner now by Mikesaftig. Oh, good grab though. And now just playing so carefully. Having to kind of sequence a little bit here in hopes that Mikesaftig does not catch on. Still having the option of DP through the reservoir, despite the DP changes.
Really just has to find a way out, but just jumping into another air combo. That's never what you want. Mikesaftig going to be robbing the first game away from RX-78. You saw how much panic RX have. I know because I've been in that same situation, and I'm trying to get out of the corner, and I accidentally just kind of double jump or just jump a little too far in the corner, and then I just get caught. And it's unfortunate, and Mikesaftig just took full advantage of that.
Yeah, no, Mike has kind of already shown, probably in previous matches, but already a little bit in this match, you can be in the corner. You can even try to run away, but I'm going to chase and follow you out and keep you in there. You know, all it really takes is one air dash from RX here, and Mike can immediately run back and go into a DP, immediately run back and jump into the air to just meet RX. And then RX not having many aerial options to stop that. So very scary to deal with. But despite that fear, we are seeing a really good pushback from RX here, who is holding down the corner and once more even getting the corner, reclaiming it, not breaking the wall necessarily just yet, but using the meter to hold it down. Both senses of meter now, Wild Assault and even the pigeon meter.
Really just trying to stop again. We're seeing RX backing up a little bit, trying to stay alive. Another back dash, but can we find our way back in against Mikesaftig? No, the dive punch is coming out, but we're both just constantly air dashing against each other. And we have the corner again. The Hawk Faker is going to cook this time.
Now RX only one good poke away. We've seen this type of situation before and not necessarily working out immediately for RX here. Mikesaftig only got one poke away and tries to go on a crazy counter offensive, but getting DP'd out in the follow-up closing.
And already getting a sweep. Mikesaftig just trying to make their flames heard and trying to make their way in. There we go, gets a nice poke.
Oh, I guess DP'd out. Oh man, but RX-78 is not giving the respect to continue the pressure. And now Mikesaftig pushing all the way back, getting a burst now out of RX. RX getting grabbed with the DP, it seems. Oh no, but a DP getting dropped. Mikesaftig trying to do something that's no longer true.
And here it comes. RTL just going to be going for a full body damage on Mikesaftig, but they still have the advantage in terms of health. RRC after the dive punch, but still can't catch anything.
That's a little bit more respect for Mikesaftig. Would have possibly yielded something really huge there, but now RX being able to have all their turn back. Oh, but Mikesaftig coming out from the heavens above. Yes.
Woo. Okay, Mikesaftig, they both want to decide who's going to be making it out of the 1-1 situation. And RX really wants it here because we got the corner and we're just trying to backdash because we don't want to give that up.
Yeah, no, trying to look out for everything here, but RX kind of seemingly getting everything. Very scary to deal with in this moment. Oh, but getting opened up by the vortex. now being all the way in the wall here, getting the wall broken. No meter necessarily for Super, but it does not matter as the meter's going to be building up so quickly here. RX slowly pushing towards the wall, even using it to RC into the wall, not breaking it though after Mike uses the burst. Oh, it's opened up a deep driver, and now after using the burst, cannot stop that onslaught of just follow-up. I mean, what more do you have to do besides follow-up once you get the confirm?
There's not really much way to follow up when RX78 is just absolutely laying it to you. Of course, that's strong sin. And now we're in a situation where we're in that, you know, if we lose the next game, that's going to be it for us. And now we're going to have to find a solution. How are we going to be able to take the win here?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're finding the solutions, we're seeing the answers, just got to keep locking in to continually applicate them. You know, if you don't, Mikesaftig, being a very solid player and also a very confident player, is not willing to sit here and just be like, oh yeah, you know, you found the way to fix, or you found the way to get around my stuff. And just like let you either one get away with that knowledge, or two, if you forget it, to you know, not default back to what he does best. But here we see RX doing what they do best, is being adapting to Mikesaftig's playstyle and absolutely obliterating the health.
Again, it's just brutal every single time, and we're already seeing so much pushback. Boom, 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 and there we go, able to break the wall.
Ooh, but now all the way in the wall, Mikesaftig trying to hold it down, but RX slowly sliding out. Oh my gosh, and sliding right back in. Mikesaftig getting exactly what he wanted at the end of the day, even having the meter to stop the wall break. Wow, you ain't gotta do all that. Mike out here trying to swag absolutely put all hell on RX here. Now RX using all their meters to immediately swag back. And we're seeing some really crazy pressure strings. Oh, but unfortunately, yeah.
2K2D, that's all you need.
Sometimes this is that's how the game works, is 2K2D. And we're seeing it once again done here. Oh no, the deflect shield.
And that's just going to be sending RX78 flying. Has to find a safe way in against Mikesaftig, especially because their tension is at the full meter. But RRC, yeah, that's not going to be good, especially with the double wall bounce. And yeah, you're looking kind of cooked. And yeah, it's looking like a game 5 for you.
Definitely some very crazy work here. Both players pushing it to the absolute limit. This being, I believe, the first game 5 of the night.
It is going to be the first game 5 of the night. I imagine that both of these fighters, you know, they're starting to feel more confident against each other, the back and forth yet again. But this time around, who's going to be able to take it?
Yeah, it definitely is down to the absolute wire here. Ooh.
Duel 1.
Oh, we're good.
Let's rock.
I believe they were talking about the players' scores.
I feel like it's tied to start.gg because this entire last match I've been trying to get in to start.gg. I'm pretty sure it's down.
Uh-oh. Start.gg, no. Well, the start.gg might be down, but luckily the Stripe servers are not. Let's not jinx it though, as quickly as we're getting back into the match here. Mikesaftig using the burst to be able to get out of the corner there. And now immediately RX having to use theirs as just kind of similarly to say, okay, I don't want to be in the corner.
We do not want to be in the corner. Oh, the dust not going to be able to hit. Mikesaftig just sending RX. Yeah, we're on the wall. But we got a little slugger of health. We can make our way back if we want to. Just got to find it. Oh,
no,
coming into the
gun
flames.
flame. Very deceiving with its hitbox, and sometimes you really do just unfortunately drop straight down into it.
And now look at that Hawkbaker though. Oh, block the DP. This could be really good for RX, especially because we're converting this all the way to the East Coast, and we get the wall break.
Yeah, literally, both of these players just have such good conversion, playing off so well in these little windows that they're finding each other in.
Ooh. Here we go, though. Oh, gets blocked! RTL not going to be able to capitalize this time around. Or at least we're watching for these charged dust coming out from Mikesaftig.
Oh my gosh, even anticipating a follow-up there. Very crazy work from Mikesaftig. Oh, and very crazy catch there. And the conversion. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Is that just punch over and over?
I believe so.
Goodness, that is brutal from Mikesaftig, but they're still not going to be able to breathe because RX is sending this game to a last game, last round situation.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, if Soul Bad Guy gets another new move, it's just got to be an air grab. You know, I rest my case. Air command grab.
I mean, understandable. What's even more understandable is, here we go, the Tyrant coming out from Mikesaftig and RX 78. You got like 1 HP, dude. We got to find an answer, and the DP is just gonna be securing it for Mikesaftig.
Got carried away, huh?
Definitely got carried away in enough of a sense.
Gonna be moving on to the winners finals, so definitely going to be important for these two fighters. Okay. Oh, nice counter. Oh, and a really good throw to start too. Test your luck, already forcing a burst and catching on the air dash. Ooh.
Going up against Millia, this is going to be a very, very scary match for every interaction for Envy. Probably already anticipating that's going to be the case and dying so quickly to just an anti-air.
Yeah, Deep Freeze, this is going to be one of those matchups where if Envy is going to be able to constantly zip around and just keep their oppression up, they can take this. But as we're seeing here, once Test Your Luck gets a good hit in with especially their damage, it is going to be really, really bloody, especially as we're getting into level 3 RRC to the west coast, down from the east coast, and yeah, we're already breaking that wall, and Envy's already at 1 HP.
Damage, literally 1 hit away. Now, the one good thing about Envy here is that, you know, it does take Test Your Luck to do a quick enough button to catch Millia just being around the screen, being around seemingly him. But unfortunately, Test Your Luck, knowing where the press in these windows, or seemingly catching all the windows to press when Envy's trying to approach, trying to press a button, it's working out so well in his favor, which, ooh boy.
Ooh boy, indeed. And of course, Envy really has to take control of these matches if they're, of course, going to want to stay alive, because if they don't, they're going to be taken out. And already you're seeing Test Your Luck just rushing in against Envy. But there we go, able to get a little bit of a cross up. That's the back up though.
Alright, throwing down the disc, does get a really good sweep there. Now Test Your Luck having to hold down this pressure. You see Test Your Luck show that lack of respect for these for their opponent's pressure in a lot of other instances, but this time, now Envy kind of reminding, okay, this is what happens when you don't do that though.
Envy again, you know, we start the aggression, we don't stop it, and there we go, going in for a slide. We already got the corner again, bouncing this Nago around. Hair discs, of course, are going to be so essential to keeping up either Oki or their combos, going to be able to juggle, and we're already getting into another West Coast, but we got hit this time!
Oh man, it getting stepped in on. Oh my gosh. Literally so much here that Test Your Luck is doing by just simply doing nothing seemingly. I mean, Envy kind of scared to the bone to be pressing against this, but even despite it is going to get the round here. Just averting all odds.
And of course, going to be taking the game for themselves too pretty quick, I might add, tying up the set so far 1-1, as now Test Your Luck really has to ask themselves, okay, Envy, of course, they're playing one of those low HP characters, which means our hits can do a lot, but at the same time, it's a character that's going to be zipping across your screen so much. It's just a matter of, can we Can we swat the fly down before we really rack up the damage? Ooh, this fly's not getting swatted because we're already just doing so much. Trying to go for the chain balls again.
Oh, the slight step through right there. Envy initially getting really close. Now Test Your Luck feeling a lot scareder to test their luck this time. I mean, very stark contrast to how we were seeing the play earlier, which Envy kind of getting a bit into Test Your Luck's head. Exactly something that Millia you want to do.
Absolutely, because Envy is just kind of running away with a lot of these games. You gotta be, again, swatting the fly, but look at this. There you go. They're starting to set up a little bit. Get their blood up, but you can't get it too high.
Now carry all the way to the corner here. Set up the hair disc. Oh, but immediately tries to YRC out, but gets bursted immediately. Test Your Luck not out of the thick of it just yet.
Nope, not at all, but this combo might do it, especially because, yeah, it went to the wall, and Envy is starting a little bit of a comeback against Test Your Luck. Said, you got the first game, but, you know, I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, and now Envy is sitting one game away from moving on to winners finals.
Yeah, no, I mean, Millia is a very, like, snowball character. Once you start getting into your opponent's mental, once you start playing so solid like we're seeing here right now from Envy, Test Your Luck having to play infinitely harder, suddenly having to wake up at the wheel, say, wait a second, I can't just be Nago, I can't just keep pressing or keep, you know, being over offensive. No, you can't. You actually do need to respect what Millia does, and you have to wait your turn. And if you don't wait your turn, or rather, if you don't anticipate what's going to happen, it just becomes infinitely harder to know what to do. And Test Your Luck, knowing how, you know, knowing the name, seeing the play style, is willing to test the luck in some avenues. As we see the test of luck there, getting a really good grab into the corner, not being able to hold it down, and getting unfortunately double open up there. Oh, but gets grabbed once more.
Oh, forces the burst from Envy's side in the RRC2, but gets hit from the crow's feet. So scary right now, especially because, yeah, Envy going to be able to close the distance against you. Now 1 round away from taking it all. We got to stop this here and now.
Test Your Luck. You know, this is definitely match point for Envy. So having to lock in, see what they can do before it's too late. Test Your Luck getting absolutely blown out on the wall here. Oh, using the PRC to kind of close the gap a little bit. Envy realizing they can spend that. Slowly moving towards the wall here. Good kick, good opener with the low there. Oh, and a little bit of a step back. Does allow for Test Your Luck to not be out of it just yet. Which really good play, as we've been seeing how much he's been dealing with throughout this match so far. You know, a lot.
Trying to poke again, but we see it coming from the sky. We're forcing the burst though. Envy just, again, trying to play it safe, but a lot of these longer attacks are still catching them down. Another one too. Test Your Luck keeping themselves alive and just running in. Might be able to take this game if they keep it up. Yes, they can.
Oof, Test Your Luck being able to take a small breath of air, just being like, okay, now I can actually kind of be a little bit more confident with how I'm kind of going about this, you know, how I'm going to kind of go about it, because it's so scary. I mean, initially you would think, as we were saying earlier, like, oh yeah, this match is going pretty heavily in the favor of Nago, especially Millia being the more squishier characters on the roster, or being one of the more squishier characters on the roster. You would think that it's like, oh, you can get absolutely destroyed, demolished by Nago. But Test Your Luck's not as comfortable as you'd like to be. But getting very quickly comfortable here now. Envy, who was seemingly so confidently doing the offense before, now being absolutely burst baited and blown out of the water now.
just doing so much damage. But now here we see the Millia coming back, you know, putting TestYourLuck back in the corner, saying now we're going back to where we all started. BRC though going to secure a throw, and this could be some good Oki, and doesn't even care about the OD. OD reversal is not going to be reversed in this one, dog.
Yeah, no, TestYourLuck going that very similar, I'm not going to give a crap about what you do play style, and man, it works so well for a character like Nago.
It works every single time because look at this. Just trying to rush them down, trying to do the 2Ps. RRC forcing the gold burst. Getting thrown though. Wait a minute, this could be really good for Envy, especially because they got the disc set up. Oh no, never mind. TestYourLuck going to be able to clutch it out in the end. Interesting to note, Mikesaftig they're playing Happy Chaos.
Boo!
Are you booing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in my
that's
commentator reel. It's in my commentator reel. I have that Happy Chaos hate for life. And not with this character. Took me out the bracket. I said, how do you sleep at night? And like the last time I bought a Happy Chaos, bro smiled at me. I can't. Happy Chaos player is something else. And Mikesaftig being shown just says something else by Dany here. Which, man, you know, Kai being one of those kind of solid characters, all you really need to do is get your game plan running, and once you get it running, you can soar with it. Something Dany is doing so adequately here. Mikesaftig probably switching from Sol just to kind of really meet the demand that Kai can output, or rather, even just Dany generally as a player can output. Ooh, but really good orb there, being able to lock on the reticle a lot more. Mikesaftig being able to comfortably break the wall.
BRC though, this might start something for Dany Maza, but it's just going to be a burst actually leaving Dany in the corner, which could be good for Mike if they're able to use this correctly, which they are going to be setting up a combo and securing the wall break, especially after the OD, which is going to, okay, just jump it up a little bit.
That was a bit of that was an interaction.
I thought that was
like
for a second.
Wall. Yeah, I didn't know if that was like the bounce off the wall animation type of like thing happening, and then the super just barely kind of catching it. Maybe, but now we're seeing Mikesaftig pushing very harshly back.
Boom, boom. Trying to do an overhead. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, character switch or not, Mikesaftig not necessarily finding a lot of success in Happy Chaos so far. We did see some really very clean combos, and even wall-breaking ones at that. But, I mean, it's definitely going to take a little bit more to be able to get past Dany, who, man, I mean, we see the level already on just the character alone. I mean, that goes to show how much of just game sense and game feel that he has.
Oh, and nice, going to be able to do a throw, you know, fireball right after doing the 2K2D. Dany Maza, they want to take a second game, and it's just trying to absolutely rush Mike down.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good respect here from Dany, actually choosing to opt to just hold back and, you know, take that bullet shot that Mike just chose to try to throw out there in the blue. Something that can be done by Chaos. I mean, you could think that you have it, you know, all the way in the bag, and it's just like, okay, here's a gunshot.
And another gunshot, and that's going to be starting something for Mike.
All the way carry. Open up with the dust. This is going to be a clean closeout there.
And he might be able to come back from this, especially because they still have the burst active, but just going to be using Wild Assault instead, using up half that burst meter, and just trying to find Mike. Just keeps air dashing out of their range, but there we go. Finally able to start something up, especially after the Fireball RRC combo.
Oh my gosh.
Got really good distance with that DP too.
Yeah, no, Mike was definitely, not Mike, Dany was expecting to be close enough to the corner to be able to close out the combo with the kick connecting. But unfortunately, without the connecting immediately happening, that didn't necessarily happen, but still being able to close it out. Now Dany, 2 against 0.
Whew. 2-0. Dany's sitting really well right now, and it feels like Mike, I don't know if they're going to try to keep the happy chaos out, because there are some situations where it's working and it's outranging and mixing up against Dany, especially as you saw last round with all the air dashes. But they played Millia?
What is Mike doing? Is Mike just really not wanting to play Dany with the main right now? There has to be some level of avoidance, because even if it's not necessarily making it through winners here, you know, being able to run it back through losers might be a bit of the game plan here. But I mean, it's very scary to not lock fully in for the character you play. But that might just be the switch up that be able to stop Dany from being able to keep a like I got you mindset going into this match, and it's working very well for Mike this time, as Mike having a very huge health deficit.
Having a BRC out of the range of Mike and just trying to make their way back in, but so much of this is getting blocked. Finding something but getting bursted in turn, just blocking the OD. Has to find a way out of this defense though, especially because they're such low health. And there we go, able to get something started and an OD of their own.
Really good pressure here coming out from Dany and getting to be able to open up Mike there. Very close now to winning match points.
Really one round away from taking this all. Boom, boom, boom. Just trying to get to the wall, and there we go. Able to use their OD fireball. Just needs to get one more good hit, and Dany's going to be able to move on to the winners finals, but just can't find it. All these crouching blocks, you need to find an overhead or something else. Wait a minute. Could this be the comeback from Mike?
Honestly, Mike kind of is making a bit of a comeback here, but so much of it's being respected by Dany. Oh, and a really good grab to stop the this chariot of seemingly just to get like get every player like these the codes and stuff. You're like, all right, if you get to top 8, you get a $10 card.
Yeah, $10 card on the line. You know, we can make a $10 card maybe if you support that Matcherino, exclamation point Matcherino in the chat, bro. Get these guys some Chipotle, get them a burrito. I mean, they cost a lot, don't get me wrong, but like, get them something, so especially Wild, that's the perfect.
Like, when they gave out the cards at Combo Breaker, and they were like, oh, 1 free meal, I was like, that's such a good option. Just say 1 free meal as opposed to like, you know, giving it like a free amount. And it's like, oh, $20? I guess I could get a burrito and a drink with this.
I remember the Evo launcher codes too, and I got one of them, and I was like, oh yeah, that's sick. Even more sick is 208 Studio starting to come back a little bit against Wild, getting some really good wall bounces, but there we go, Wild Assault, hair disc, okay. Oh, this could be... Oh, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, it is pronounced Axe, not AKZ, bro.
I was right. I'm the Messiah. I'm the Messiah.
You gotta get axed for skipping that intro. You thought I forgot? Yeah.
Nah, I'm the Messiah, bro.
Rock for 5 whole seconds and then skipped. Like, bro, I would have let that fully just go through. Spent that whole time just warming up my hands. Oh my gosh. Well, man, already very quickly. First match going here, which, I mean, honestly, both very fast-paced characters. Not surprising to see a match already progress that quickly.
Of course, I said both fast fighters, but it looks like Wild a little bit faster at the start. But let's see if 208 Studio can really match that speed, especially because they're just trying to, you know, dash their way in, poke. But yeah, they're stuck in the corner now, and we got Wild just absolutely launching a devastating combo on you.
Yeah, no, very wild play here. I mean, not to kind of make a pun on the name, but just these openings and these windows being so much damage. And I mean, unfortunately, Millia being some of the lower, one of the lower characters in the health pool, it's not as easy damage-wise to just be able to be taken. Seemingly so much, like literally every single interaction we're seeing here, just one hit being so much of the health bar taken away.
So what you gotta remember about these Pixie characters, bro. If they get hit once, they're quite literally gone. Another perfect coming out there from Wild, as 208 Studio is really struggling here. Really needs to find an answer, because Wild just, again, gets that one hit and it's basically a KO. Gotta be able to zip around the screen a little more. Giovanna, of course, is a character that can try to catch you lacking, especially trying to rush you down. But we just gotta find a way to be faster.
Yeah, no, earlier I was talking about the the potential of 208 going up against Envy, and just having that, like, both Millia, both Millia's grabbing the Starbucks cup. This time around, it's both Giovanna and Millia grabbing the Starbucks cup. Giovanna being like, alright, I just want this coffee, and Millia's just like, this is my coffee, what?
Oh yeah, no, and we're already doing the twin kicks, but oh wait, that didn't kill. That literally left Millia on one and actually able to get a hit off of the drill kick.
Yeah, 208 not afraid here, but it really does only take Wild to get one good interaction, but a throw will do it.
Again, just needed that one good interaction, and that was it. But this time around, 208 able to get a slide, able to get a really good air dash in, and the hair disc is really keeping this momentum up.
Woo! We're seeing some really crazy work here. Crazy grab there from 208. Now continuing to hold down that pressure. Going all the way to the corner here. Does break the wall.
Breaks the wall indeed. Able to get a hit. And that is Wild getting around, taking off of them in the perfect fashion.
And a reverse perfect, yeah. Then, I remember. Oh, but a very clean 6P there. Absolutely knocking 208 out of the air. Now having to move all the way closer and closer, but unfortunately not being able to necessarily close the gap immediately.
Just trying to keep it going. Nice throw. Okay, YRC trying to drill kick in. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait a minute, just got crossed up like that.
I mean, hey, take everything that you can right now, 208. Knowing just the stakes that are currently, oh my gosh, not necessarily be able to break the wall and confirm the kill just yet. Now be able to set up the hair disc and is able to stay in it. Oh my gosh, making it 2-1. 208, not out of it just yet.
No, not at all. 208 is still keeping themselves alive in this bracket. Again, just has to find a very good opening against Wild, and they just run away with it. And now it's up to Wild to figure out, okay, how am I staying alive here?
Yeah, and Axe definitely recognizing in the chat there. Very fun to have you out for the tournament. I mean, the fact that this is your first tournament that you've ever been in and perform at the way that you were, very promising to see, you know, more from you. Not only just here at Breakout, but from, you know, other tournaments that you sign up for. Very fun game. You know, direction might be a bit odd, but hey, you know, Arxis, we can just beg. You're like, please, Arxis, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Stops a drill kick like that, and now, yeah, 208 Studio absolutely rushing you down. Able to get a lot of low confirms off of these hair discs. Able to just be like, yeah, you're blocking that, and now you gotta block my low.
Ooh, and goodbye. It definitely is closer to being 208. Very huge health deficit and putting Wild at a very huge disadvantage. Oh, piercing away to be able to try to get away from any sense of pressure. Goes to set up hair disc, but unfortunately because Wild is already flying in with an aerial attack, it is so much damage to now deal with. Wild running it all the way back. Is this death? Really?
Whew, yeah, it's gonna be death because now Wild just needs one more round if they want to take this and move on in the loser's bracket. But 208 Studio is just rushing it in immediately, you know, trying to stop that. But Wild coming back in, able to perform a little bit of a cross up, trying to stay alive. But here we, ooh,
very crazy work here. I mean, 208 not necessarily out of it just yet, is able to get a really good opening up in the wall there. Gets YRC'd out and grabbed immediately by Wild, who now has the corner himself. Oh my gosh! 208, how are you going to get out of this?
Has to find an answer, but the Fauntless defense just keeps getting broken, and now we're just being sent flying. Wild and both of them are honestly...
Yes! Very... Oh my gosh! What a window to catch there, 208. Having one more shot from keeping it from closing out here. But Wild even more determined in how close the finish line is.
They see how close it is, just trying to rush it down. Gotta be watching out for all these mix-ups though, coming out from 208 Studio. Still got him in the corner, can't let him out, but this Faultless defense, it's keeping defense. DRC, but we're getting hit by the Rose!
And now carried all the way to the corner here. Oh my gosh, getting absolutely messed up.
Whew. Very bad, especially because, yep, you're getting crossed up again. More hair disc. Gotta be watching out. YRC just to save our hide, but again, we're getting hit. RRC, a game 5.
208 not being deterred by anything in this match so far, and very fun to see. Definitely was a little scared, you know, that Wild was starting to get a bit into their head, but man, it is stopped. It's seemingly just not happening. And now 208 having it tied up at match point for both, which, I mean,
Duel 1.
now either or player being out for the night, because this is losers. So
if you lose this, you're pretty much done. So Wild's got to keep their composure, especially because they've been letting it slip against 208 recently. They've been able to start to make the reverse sweep, but they just need one more win if they want to truly say they got it. Okay, nice burst. Yourself alive in the corner here. Trying to get a mix-up though. It's going to be Wild. Oh, gets it.
Slowly pushing towards the corner here. Now 208 trying to get out of there with the crow's feet. Unfortunately, not being able to fully escape. Oh my, what a really weird interaction there with the Geodash and the YRC. Oh, but unfortunately not enough to stop the onslaught of pressure coming up from Wild. Now on match point, on the absolute ropes, and 208 having to come up with something. Only one or two possibly matches to do so.
Already though, we're still juggling 208 in the air. We drop it a little bit, but still able to make our way back in and put 208 back in the corner. Being able to throw two. 208's got to find something, but it's just a bunch of Faultless defenses. Can't find it. The wall is going to be broken after this super, giving Wild a full win.
And ending it off on a perfect 2. Wild wanting to end it in the way that Wild was trying to end it off earlier.
On top, and hey, we're already getting into it. Love to see it.
Yeah, simple as that. Absolutely. Night Persona already coming out with the burst in the early game. Of course, TestYourLuck firing. Not TestYourLuck. Wow, I've got Nagoriyuki players on the brain. Insane.
You know, once you see one Nago, you see a bunch of Nagos. I know so many myself, so you're all good, especially because Night Persona... that was okay, that was funny. That was funny, they were just volleying it back and forth to each other.
Absolutely. Playing a little tennis on the battlefields right now. Night Persona trying to put a route together to get a lost splat on Gillette and makes it happen. Doesn't quite get the wall break.
Just doesn't follow up, actually putting themselves in the corner here, trying to get a low, gets a bit of a trade. Gotta watch out though, it's mask off, and yeah, you don't want to be mask off when you're playing Nago, or else you're gonna go down.
Absolutely. Night Persona bringing out a very convincing round 1.
Absolutely, and already getting into the second one. You see Night Persona backing up, again using that scalpel to poke the craziness out of Gillette. Just keep it going, just play it back.
Gillette burning that white wall assault meter again just to try to enclose that neutral space. But Night Persona firing right back, bringing us back to neutral, and maybe even going coast to coast.
We could be seeing that, especially because, yeah, just golfing that afro right on Gillette's head, and we're just going to be volleying them every way to Sunday, and here we go, getting for the super. You know, we got to save the patient. They're down. We got to get the wheelchair over. Oh, and we just broke their bones.
It's too late, Doctor. We can't save them.
Oh, hopefully we don't have another Dr. Baldhead situation.
Absolutely. But that is Night Persona taking game 1 over Gillette here.
Night Persona already just having a good showing and feeling good about themselves, especially against Gillette. And also, again, got to plug that match arena real quick because I am going to pull it up because I do see that. Don't think I didn't see that. I do see a very big increase in that to $31, and that is going to be a donation from the BS Joker. I already know. Thank you for the $25 donation.
Absolutely. Super, super awesome to always see our players get supported, especially with this match Reno. But Gillette coming in as a dominating presence coming into the second game here, using White Wall Assault and a whole bunch of meter, especially the huge 6H coming in to get a big wall splat, and that's a kill.
Really good kill at that too. Gillette, trying to keep it even and keep the trend that we keep seeing tonight of a lot to game 5s. I imagine Gillette wants the same, especially because Night Persona had such a good start. Ooh, nice anti-air there, but still getting hit by the bomb. Now we're just kind of volleying a bunch of attacks back and forth. Of course, Mini Faust coming out, able to get a nice sweep too. Just golfing the bomb right in, keep him in defense. Nice.
Absolutely, Night Persona still putting on a very, very dominant performance here, keeping Gillette out, an almost pseudo-like zoner playstyle for Faust here.
I like how Night Persona is just constantly keeping Gillette out and, ooh, knocking them out of the air too, just swimming for the corner. Okay, that's going to be very good.
Absolutely, Night Persona just so confident with the usage of items here. Gillette trying to get back into the White Wall Assault, but it really hasn't panned out this entire time.
Ooh, okay, that goes hard. That's tough. I'm sorry, that's tough. Just the slash low animation when you see Faust just golfing your shins. Yeah, that's tough.
Absolutely. Again, Night Persona just putting on a complete dominant performance, looking incredibly comfortable with the Nagoriyuki matchup.
It seems they feel very content with it. They know that Nago has some very, far-reaching attacks, but they just know, I can reach farther. Whatever you can do, I can do longer, and that's exactly what Night Persona just keeps doing on full display.
Absolutely. What does it matter when you have a giant katana when a big scalpel is coming onto the battlefield?
And don't even ask me where bro got that. I don't even know which medical practice has scalpels as big as that. And you know what? I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't either. Gillette using the White Wall Assault and gets a little bit of a hit off of it, but doesn't convert.
Ooh, wait a minute though. Gillette going to be able to secure the corner here. RRC forces the burst, but has to still watch out for that teleport coming in. Going to be able to be sniped out of the air, but we still are so even in the health right now.
Absolutely, both Night Persona and Mini Faust putting on a lot of pressure. That little 2K tap coming in. Deflect Shield buying Gillette some time, whiffs a huge 2H and gets a big counter hit to death.
Ooh, and this could potentially be game point for Night Persona if they lock in and get this next round. And I imagine Gillette, yeah, they don't want that to happen, but already Night Persona is just forcing them down, able to zone them with a lot of these RNG skills.
Absolutely huge 6P coming out of Night Persona there, getting all these items just tossed out onto the battlefield. Mini Faust slowly approaching. Fukio not getting any traction. Night Persona putting on a huge combo to get the wall splat.
Just going to be sending Gillette flying all the way back. BRC tries to find the poke, but still getting hit down for it. RRC, this could be really good for Gillette to make their way back against Night Persona. Drops it a little bit, gets hit. You have one more shot. It's do or die right now. Last-ditch effort. We got to stay alive here.
This one-shot capability of this character really coming out. Night Persona bursting out, and that works because Gillette blood pops into death with Night Persona taking it in a very...
The fourth character in the roster, and with the sole bad guy ult too.
If you squint hard enough, it's still Soul Bad Guy. It's fine.
True. It's still there,
Wild already starting to put on some of that very dominant geo pressure. Mikesaftig DPing right out, saying get off of me, but Wild does not care, still putting on the pressure anyway.
While trying to lock this down, able to get a throw in the air, keep Mikesaftig in the corner. They're gonna YRC, which gets a little bit of a guard crush, able to get the throw, and now we have the corner trying to come in from the air, but getting YRC'd yourself, but we can't connect off of it. There we go.
Both of our players just burning meter like they're made of it here, but it kind of seems to be working out.
especially because Wild was able to lock it down against Mikesaftig. And now Mikesaftig, you know, you do not have burst, you do not have the resources, you gotta get something, especially because, well, Wild just used it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mikesaftig getting that burst out early on the off the table from Wild, especially in order to go to work and get this wall splat into super.
Definitely a big turnaround against Wild, especially because we get another throw and secure the perfect. So now it's just going to be 1-1 apiece. Mike cooking with this Kai and already getting a really good hard knockdown at the start.
Absolutely. Wild firing right back with the deflect shield, trying to make some space, gets hit with a huge aerial move. Now we're playing a little neutral, both players trying to open each other up and get a huge counter hit maybe, and here's one right now. Excuse me.
Wild going to be able to also, like Mikesaftig was doing before, you know, secure the super into a wall break after the wall splat. Trying to charge in again, but gets hit with a nasty low, which is going to be sending a really good combo start for Mikesaftig. You know, just air dash overhead. Watch out for what Wild wants to do. We got you in the corner again. We're not allowing you up. We're getting the Oki. Just needs one really good combo going, and yeah, that's going to do it. Mikesaftig taking the first game.
Absolutely. Mikesaftig pulling off a very interesting little BRC, almost a little juke out there to bring that game home.
Really, that was really good there, especially at the end. You know, BRC, just that's what you got to do. Keep the momentum up in this game. That's how it feels like in Guilty Gear Strive, because once your momentum goes down, you're trying to play a little bit more in defense. That's when your opponent is like, all right, yeah, no, I'm going to be cooking now.
Absolutely, considering how offensive of a game, you know, Guilty Gear Strive is, in order to keep up that offense, it really works out for you.
It does, and already getting into this next match, we're seeing Mikesaftig, you know, blocking the cross up and then being able to use that for a throw, trying to put Wild into the corner, but they're not going down without a fight.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if you've noticed as well, but Mike has IB'd that little faux cross up from Wild both times now. Just so excellent at blocking that particular move.
Ooh, blocks the air overdrive too. Really good, because we've seen so many Giovannas try to use that in order to get back into the driver's seat. But Mikesaftig does not want to allow that to happen. Just trying to, you know, keep the space, poke, use their fireballs, and there we go. Gets the opening off the charged dust.
Absolutely. Kai 5D, one of the harder ones to react to in this game, in my personal opinion. So being able to get something off that button is huge, but Wild is firing right back. Says, I do not care about your opening. I'm going to try to make one of my own. And gets hit out from their deflect shield, unfortunately.
Unfortunate, because now Wild again has to just lock it down against Mikesaftig, especially because you see Mike going for a lot of these air attacks, especially to spin in order to just always break open Wild's gameplay. And this is really Street Fighter 6, because we're going for a 4th throw, might be going for a 5th. Yep, there's a 5th, and the RRC, and that was brutal, Mike. Okay, you did not need to do him to him like that.
Just over and over, frame kill throw, frame kill throw, frame kill dash cancel throw, insane way to end a round. Are we sure that we're not watching Street Fighter right now?
We might very well be, especially because it's been so decisive online. People are like, oh, season 3, you know, in the trailer, throw loops are gone, or oh no, they're still there, and you know what, we'll see in like a month. We'll see in a month.
Elena, please save us. Elena, save us all.
Healing!
Ooh, a burst coming out early off the table from Wilds there. Backdash is the far slash coming out from Mikesaftig too. But Mike fires right back with the 6P in order to bring us back to mid-screen.
Already having Wild in the corner, but Wild able to get a really solid anti-air, absolutely juggle the heck out of you, because now we got Mike in the corner, but we can't break this defense right now. But a throw, that's going to be doing a lot of work, and we're so close to the wall break, but not able to secure it. Mike is out of jail and just trying to take you back to the East Coast.
Absolutely. Mike trying to jump out of the throw from before, but Wild PRCs and air throws anyway and gets a huge thing started. But unfortunately, Mikesaftig still just so in control of this round.
Absolutely. They're not going down without a fight, especially once again trying to poke, but you see Wild coming in, doing a lot of back and forth, being able to secure a super again in that corner, which is going to be destroying that wall and giving such a good life lead for Wild.
Mikesaftig being forced to operate under hard knockdown, now having to sit in the corner, block all of these strings and escapes, but unfortunately gets put right back.
At least they get the DP though, trying to start up, but again, Wild is just having such good defense that they can't really find the opening they want, and getting an anti-air there is just going to force that burst.
Wild firing right back, getting a huge aerial counter hit in order to put away the round.
Wild is still alive, and of course, if Wild wins this round, they're going to be able to keep themselves alive for a little bit longer and potentially start the reverse sweep.
Absolutely, but Mikesaftig still very scary on this set point here, looking to put it away. Gets a few stray hits, but isn't fully able to convert it. But Wild says, look at me, I can, and is able to put in some hits.
Ooh, nice DP on the air overdrive. That was insane.
Wow. Deflection not working out for Wild there. Gets put in throw. Gets baited. Doesn't get a full conversion off of that counter hit.
2K2D so close right now, but Wild is trying to make their way out. PRC after the whiff grab, going to be able to find an opening. They might take this all the way to Sunday. Yep, going to be going to the corner. Might try to go. They do not have bar. They do not have tension, and because of that, 2K2D yet again going to secure Mikesaftig the ultimate win, as they're going to be moving on to loser.
Duel 1.
Either way, we're going to have to wait and see here, because there we go. Already getting started, and we're already seeing Envy just absolutely rushing down Night Persona. Already trying to say, yeah, this is going to be a different fight than what you had before.
Absolutely. Envy must have been studying the footage, just not letting Night Persona get any sort of item throw in. Mini Faust saving the day, however. Hush my mouth.
Oh, but not for long enough, you know, saved Night Persona for maybe another minute, but either way, Envy was still killing off Night Persona.
Absolutely. Night Persona having to hold all this pressure, tries to backdash out of it, but gets punished for it. Huge 6P and immediate burst coming out from Envy.
We still got the corner too, and a lot of wall bounces to boot. We got another one right there. We have the corner, and yes, we have enough tension for the wings of overdrive, as we're just going to send it completely flying, and now Night Persona really has to figure out an answer, and being thrown is not one of them.
And Night Persona is going to pass that burst on to the next generation and take it back to the lobby. Just not able to find any sort of point to burst out and get out of the pressure.
Yeah, you saw that in that game. Envy is just being so oppressive against Night Persona. They do not have room to breathe because Envy is just right in front of their face 24/7.
Absolutely. What do you want to see out of Night Persona here to maybe turn this around?
What Night Persona needs to do, I keep saying this whenever we see the Millia on stream because I play Chip. I know how it feels like to play a Pixie. It is that matchup where it's like, you got to be zipping around, and once you get hit, and then really hit, it could be over. You just got to make sure that you know what Envy's trying to do. Yes, there's a lot of mix-ups, but if you hold it down, able to get a really strong option, especially from what we've seen from Night Persona before, I feel like they'll be able to stay alive.
Absolutely. Envy getting a little bit of an American reset on the burst bait earlier. Tries to hit a little bit of a charge dust, doesn't quite work out.
RRC though, after the warp, actually going to be getting some crazy combos. One more hit, that's all that Envy has, but they're still able to get a really nice anti-air, and they might just take it, yeah, on 1 HP. That's why you always got to double tap. They say it in horror movies, and it's true in fighting games. If you don't double tap, your opponent is going to come back and get you.
Absolutely. Envy hitting a lot of these mirages here to try to get around these big Faust buttons, and it seems to be working. Night Persona already at half health.
Envy just absolutely rushing it down. The Whirlwind is not going to be stopping any of this positive tension, but a really good counter poke is going to be doing so much for Night Persona, as they're going to be able to get a super off of the wall splat.
You had it right. Night Tension's got to be the ult account, so, you know, you're halfway there.
I mean, it could be the alt account, but we will never know.
Night Persona, again, bringing out a little bit of that Faust zoner playstyle, trying to keep Envy out with these big pokes. And it seems to work out in their favor. Huge 5K in the round start, into the 2K, forcing out that burst from Envy.
And
Night Persona maybe, yeah, exactly. Night Persona maybe figuring it out now, trying to see what Envy's doing, and seem to see it.
Absolutely. We'll trip up a little bit. Oh, we're going to be able to secure a throw, and of course secure a throw onto the top of our opponent here, as Envy is now stuck in defense right now. Has to find a way out, especially as Night Persona again is just putting them against the wall. Another super, and this either is it or it could be extremely close.
I'm sorry, I just want to call out, that was a 2K anti-air against Artemis. That's insane. Way to put it away at Night Persona. What a huge anti-air. That had to be accidental, but still massive.
Yeah, it doesn't, you know, that's what I do. You know, if you do something accidental and it works really well, then it works really well. Doesn't even matter.
It was on purpose. Yeah, it was totally on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Don't even say it was on. Don't even admit to your opponent it was on accident.
It was all intended. All intended.
The match was revealed to me in a dream. I knew exactly what to do.
Source, I made it up.
Okay, already burst just right off the start.
Interesting moment to burst just off of that Faust 5K. Unsure what Envy maybe was scared of there, but interesting spot.
It's fine though.
Night
Because
Persona kind of swinging for the fences, trying to hit an anti-air, but it doesn't quite work out. Envy's still able to get around and find some mix.
absolutely, Night Persona's got to get up, but it doesn't feel like they can breathe right now because yeah, we're going for the just Blade Saw OD, going to be able to absolutely mow through the opposition. As now Night Persona able to get another really good poke into the fishing golf club. Okay.
Night Persona putting the driver on the screen. Envy scared of the bomb, has to sit and defend, but then again that opens up a huge opportunity for Night Persona.
I wonder what would have changed if that bomb wasn't there, because I felt like they had a really good opportunity to go into a combo, but that bomb single-handedly going to clutch up for Night Persona and going to give them a round in turn.
Absolutely, that 5K doing a lot of work for Night Persona on these round starts against Envy.
I imagine if they're going to keep trying to go for it, but they're in a really bad spot right now as Envy's just rushing them down, able to get another counter BRC, but getting bursted out. And again, there's that bomb, but this time not having the same momentum.
Wow, Envy bursting somehow in the exact same frame that the bomb explodes and is able to avoid the damage from it. Insane stuff.
Yeah, very good for Envy, but they still have to. There we go, able to catch them, dive kicking their way in, and going to secure a second game.
Absolutely. Envy currently on the board against Night Persona 2-1. Wondering if they're able to put it away for this next game or if we're going to go to a game 5.
I wonder if we're going to go to a game 5 too. Again, we have seen those before, so it's just going to be up to if Envy can hold it down or if Night Persona is going to be figuring out what they need to in order to take Envy out.
Absolutely, for sure. And I'm excited to see how this round start plays out. Another 5K? No, actually.
At all. Just trying to fly in the air, backdash a little bit, got a block, able to get the rose, boom, boom, boom.
Ooh, Faust, almost a little bit of a mixed character himself right now with all this movement. Envy does get healed a little bit by the donut and gets the trumpet. Nothing really works out in their favor against Night Persona except for this combo right now.
And there we go, going to be seeing the wing, the angel wings overdrive, going to be able to send Night Persona flying in a hard knockdown, but still able to get a really good anti-air on Envy, which is putting them in a life equivalency. And after this command grab, going to be extremely scary in an RRC2. Yeah, you're on 1 HP as Millia. We've seen Envy come back from before, and just using the rob, I don't think that was intentional. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. I thought they were cooking.
You know, if that was an on-purpose play, I would have loved to see how it would have worked out, but Night Persona putting an end to all that and taking the round.
Again, just keeping themselves alive, but still Envy's trying to rush them down. We got the wall splat. Don't have enough tension in order to get those wings, so we're just going to be sending you flying and a burst to keep up the aggression.
Absolutely. I almost want to see Night Persona play this a little bit more patient. We're swinging for a lot of fences, and we don't have a super high batting average. Speaking of, huge counter hit getting caught pressing by Envy there.
Yes, and now Envy's going to be on set point once again against Night Persona, and already Fauntless defending that poke, but the other one was not called out because that is going to be giving the perfect opportunity for Night Persona to start to make their way in, but here we go.
Envy trying to go for a huge combo. Night Persona bursts that and says, get off of me. Heals a little bit with the banana and gets the mini Faust Brigade and the meteors. Items just seem to be going exactly their way, but Envy says, I do not care. Check out this combo.
Oh, but drops it, but makes another one happen in turn. And yeah, we're going to be seeing the wings come out. You know, secure that wall break and secure Night Persona being on 1 HP. One more hit and you're gone from the entire tournament. So you got to clutch up right now, blocking this PRC onslaught, but not able to stay alive. Envy going to be clutching up and moving on.
Sweet dream.
Absolutely. That quick little American reset doing a lot of work for Envy there in order to get that wall break. Night Persona trying to burn meter just to keep Envy off of them. It could be a coin toss for me. TestYourLuck is so aggressive on the Nagoriyuki, and Dany's able to play so patient. So it's just going to be an immovable object, like an unstoppable object versus an immovable wall.
Already, you know, getting some blood back or warping in. TestYourLuck, you know, just trying to keep themselves alive, but being hit by some fireballs, but able to get a really nice poke.
Absolutely, we're already starting to see some signs of it. TestYourLuck putting on this Nagoriyuki pressure. Dany just trying to play a little bit more defensive. Gets a big counter hit to put TestYourLuck in the corner, though.
You know, sliding in RRC, able to get the fireball and the DP combo, and we're gonna break the wall, and we're leaving TestYourLuck on 1 HP. I imagine they don't want that, but we gotta watch out for a lot of these long-range attacks.
Unfortunately, a health lead doesn't really mean much against Nagoriyuki. But Dany says, I'm different, and wins the round anyway.
You know, you just gotta slide in when they're not blocking low, but this time around, TestYourLuck is really trying to start off strong, able to get a nice low, block that fireball coming down, but just trying to keep out of distance.
TestYourLuck maybe trying to bait out a little bit of a burst from Dany here, but not quite working. Huge JD in the throw in the corner, though.
Really good for TestYourLuck, putting Dany and Maza in a really rough spot, forcing them to BRC, but they can't continue their combo. One more hit, and they're gone. We just got to get something really good. Keep your space, but ooh, here we go. Dany's starting to set up a little bit.
TestYourLuck trying to 6B through these options. Dany blocking the YRC, but unfortunately can't get anything off of it and gets back thrown into death.
TestYourLuck going to be able to keep himself alive for the time being, but Dany, I know they want to get this win because they're already, you know, playing it slow, trying to fireball their way in, but TestYourLuck doesn't care about being slow. They're going to rush you down. They're going to hit fast, but Dany is just trying to hit even faster.
Absolutely. I'd almost say it's a little bit kind of in TestYourLuck's detriment. They're getting hit by a lot of this zoning and a lot of these buttons just because they're trying to swing so hard against Dany here.
Both of them playing so patient, getting a few hits from TestYourLuck, but now we're just trying to send every single fireball TestYourLuck's way, going in with the Wild Assault. Oh, we're riding the Lightning too, going all the way to the wall, and this could be really good for Dany.
Absolutely, that 5K coming out, trying to bring out a safe option. TestYourLuck, so comfortable playing defensive, gets a little 5P jab into the throw break. Dany putting on the pressure and puts away the game, bringing it out to 1-0.
All right, Dany Maza already starting out strong. That means that TestYourLuck, you know, in a bit of a rough start, has to figure out what they're going to have to change up in order to, of course, make it back against Dany Maza, because, you know, Dany's just trying to zone you out a little bit with the fireballs when they're able to get in, trying to do the backflip in order to get a really solid overhead. So we just got to be calling out a lot of these attacks that we see.
For sure. I mean, and TestYourLuck obviously just so comfortable playing that defensive game, being able and willing, honestly, to just sit and block. So wondering how Dany's going to adapt to that as well.
Absolutely, and look at this, already TestYourLuck. Really good start because we're already getting really good Oki on some stomps. We'll be able to get some blood back too.
A little bit of TestYourLuck trying to bait out these early bursts, which just aren't really coming along either. I'm wondering what TestYourLuck's game plan is there.
I'm wondering the same thing.
A lot of burst safe routing coming out here from TestYourLuck, but Dany is not going to budge.
Not at all. And here we go, we're rocking again, able to get the fireball, trying to make our way in, getting bursted. It's fine though. Oh, it's the grab. This is perfect for Maza.
Bite not quite connecting for TestYourLuck, giving Dany a huge opportunity to start the pressure, but gets 2P jabbed out. And their DP gets baited, trying to go for a burst bait, doesn't fly out though.
I know RRC their way in again, trying to sweep. Gotta watch out though, has to burst.
Dany not burning the meter on the second stun dipper, which leads to them burning their burst, unfortunately.
Ooh, here we go, Dragon Install though. This could be really huge for Maza, especially because they're running in right now.
Ooh, is the prophecy going to come true? Are we going to get a break and a DI into win? And we do! The prophecy is no longer true.
Dany Maza able to make it back out alive, just trying to trip up TestYourLuck, but TestYourLuck, you know, just trying to make their way back in, but gets called out by the air attack coming in to jump in. Gonna be able to secure so much, but still.
Dany trying to go for a little shimmy there to bait a throw, but TestYourLuck says, I don't care, I'm going to throw you anyway, check this out, and gets a huge wall break and a life lead. Oh, Red Lightning not going to work out because of the burst.
I saw that in perfect frame. I was like, oh, rest in peace, Ride the Lightning. And YRC actually going to be defended.
TestYourLuck burning a lot of blood, but it doesn't matter when you have 6H in your toolkit. Quick little 6H counter hit into another 6H, putting the game away, bringing it out to 1-1.
Both of these fighters are going to be going back and forth against each other, of course, because, you know, they both want to walk away with the win. They don't want to be sitting here being like, you know, I'm going to give away the title of that guy to this guy because, no, I want to keep that for myself. So these two are going to fight.
Absolutely trying to find that top 3 spot in order to take home, you know, some money for sure. And get in that grand finals game and maybe win it all.
Just gotta keep it, you know, keep them backed up, keep them guessing. Trying to run in right now though, able to get it opening, gonna be really good, especially because we're getting the super. And I imagine Dany Maza is pissed, especially because of how they lost the last game. They don't want any more losses on their name. Charge Dust gonna be securing a perfect? No, it was just a slash. We got one little bit.
Absolutely. You're talking about keeping our players guessing here, and each individual keeping the other guessing, especially with this option selection. Coming out with the shimmy, the charge dust, literally anything and everything that he can use in his toolkit.
Still able to poke. TestYourLuck going to be able to RRC. We still got Dany in the corner. Can we capitalize off of that? No. Oh, gets one really good hit. Just needs one more.
These 5H's and this 3 blood range going to do a lot of very excellent work for Nago, and so will that 6P.
Ooh. Okay. Now, again, 1 round apiece. Dany getting a really good poke, but the 2K2D is still stronger on TestYourLuck's side.
Dany I being that first hit of Far Slash tries to maybe take his turn back and gets punished for it.
Trying to jump overhead. Able to get a really nice low. Sliding off of it. RRC, Fireball, DP. Definitely going to be going for the wall break.
TestYourLuck basically working a burst and a full stick of butter right now, though. Huge air throw as well.
Very good capitalization for TestYourLuck, especially because, again, they got Maza in the corner. While Assault not able to connect, but they're still doing a lot of chips, stealing a lot of blood.
TestYourLuck was working with all that meter and has now burned all of it. Dany is still working with a 50 burst, still another Wild Assault on the board, and he uses it to bring it out to 2-1.
He's a little down and out there for Dany for a second, but still Daniel Maza able to clutch it up as the Grim Reaper does and secure a win. Needs one more if they want to make it to the grand finals.
Absolutely. Although I do believe in TestYourLuck's ability, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see a Game 5 here.
I believe in that too. I believe that TestYourLuck is going to try to keep this locked down against El Maza. So it's just a matter of time here, especially against El Maza. Just trying to keep alive, and there we go, DP at the start, into a sweep.
Absolutely. TestYourLuck being forced to burn this burst pretty early. Still gets hit with a huge counter hit anyway. Excuse me.
Now watch out though, because TestYourLuck is coming back out, able to get dust, and of course RRC tying up that life lead a little bit again, but Maza trying to keep it safe, trying to keep the distance. Oh, couldn't keep enough of one though. TestYourLuck can still reach over there.
3 Blood 5H doing a lot of work against this zoning sort of playstyle that's coming out of Dany here, trying to keep TestYourLuck away, but TestYourLuck's having none of it, but gets hit by the shimmy. Set point for Daniel Maza.
On set point here, Daniel Maza is so close, but getting hit from the sky from TestYourLuck, not what you want, especially thrown back into the corner. Daniel Maza gotta figure out a way out of the corner here, and this could be the answer.
Absolutely. Dany trying to shimmy out TestYourLuck, but that big body grab range does not care.
At all. Nice slide. Oh, we put the burst in the bag. That is going to be detrimental to TestYourLuck, as Daniel Maza is going to be securing the first spot. Is going to be Unica.
Yeah, somehow getting access to the code early and pulling out the Unica.
Better yet, Lucy. I don't know how they have access, but, you know, Mike finds a way.
Oh yeah, Mike finds a way. Speaking of finding a way, though, Envy finding a way to put a bunch of damage on the board against this ABBA here. And we're going to spread the wings and we're going to let him fly.
Absolutely, just let it fly all the way to Sunday, and still trying to work back, cross up RRC. And Mike really couldn't breathe there. Again, it was a perfect Mike, just not really setting up the way they might want to with this ABBA, because again, 2K2D, Envy just keeps opening up your defenses.
Absolutely, and that's just what Millia is just so good at. It's just mixing you up and getting these options started. Mikesaftig bursting, saying, get off of me. Has some jealous rage meter on the board and can possibly use it, but Envy may be stopping them from even trying in the first place.
Absolutely. Going to be seeing a little bit of a Rose mix up. First to keep the corner alive, 2K2D. Yeah, Blade's going to be able to secure Envy their first game already.
Sweet dream.
That's just the Millia game plan. Get in, mix you up, open you up, and boom, disc in your face.
Yeah, I wonder how Mike is going to be trying to adapt to this matchup, especially since they're still rocking that. Yep, they're still rocking the ABBA. They want to stick to it this game. I've never seen somebody in all the tournaments I've casted. I've never seen somebody. Well, I've seen one person switch a good amount between characters, but not like this. This is crazy.
Mikesaftig needs to be really confident in the ABBA play here against Envy, and we're going to see how it plays out.
Absolutely. Especially because we're already putting Mike in the corner. Envy, though, has to block because Mike is trying to swing their way back out. This throw, though, definitely going to keep him in the corner. Going to be able to get a lot from the disc. Oki trying to find it.
Mikesaftig 6P'ing through the disc there and tries to get a key grab off, but it doesn't quite work, and is now out of jealousy rage meter as the wall breaks.
Going to be out of jealousy, trying to swing the key, but not able to find it yet again, as Envy's just juggling you, and another super is going to secure this round in Envy's favor.
Absolutely. Envy looking really dominant right now and super in control of this game. Mikesaftig, sorry, just not really able to get anything started.
Oh, not at all. You see Mike is just constantly in defense until Envy finds their way in and just keeps hitting them over and over. Mike is right now literally just in the corner just trying to find a way out.
backdashes out of the option, gets hit out by a 2P poke. Envy finally in the corner and taking some hits. Mikesaftig on full jealousy rage meter. Let's see if we can maybe use it.
There we go. We're able to secure the wall break there and leave Envy in a really rough spot in terms of their health, especially after a trade. But Envy still trying to run in. Has to block a lot of this jealousy coming out though. Able to get the jump in. Keep it up with the hair disc. Boom, 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 boom. Absolutely beautiful and continuing it.
Oh, goes for the wild assault to try to summon combo. Gets a huge TK bad dude. Excuse me, and puts the game away. Leading out to a 2-0 lead.
Really good for Envy yet again, keeping up their momentum. But as we saw in that last round, that doesn't mean Mikesaftig is just taking it. You know, they're coming back. They're making something happen, especially almost putting Envy in a really rough spot. So this next match is truly going to tell if Mikesaftig is going to be able to make a comeback, or this is it for them tonight.
Oh, here comes the soul.
Oh, now they play the soul. The soul is coming back out.
Here comes Mr. Bad Guy himself.
And of course,
if I'm Envy, I'm a little nervous.
I would be too, because again, this is Mike's main character. Soul is literally him for Mike, and we've seen how strong Soul is. But already, Envy just having a really good round start.
Absolutely. Envy saying, oh, you pulled out your main guy? That's cute. Watch this.
Here we go, the wings.
Exactly. Exactly, Millia. Playtime's over. So true, Queen.
Keep it going. Literally still at the corner, but oh, we're getting crossed up. The burst gets put in the bag. That's going to be really rough for Envy, especially with all these wall bounces. But we're still somehow in defense. The wall has not broken.
Oh, holy damage as well. Mikesaftig just putting so much damage on the board against Envy here. Maybe making Envy a little nervous about how they want to approach now.
Still though, able to secure a throw. Mike still has the burst, but I imagine they do not want to pull it out here this low. And yeah, Envy going to be able to clutch it out, but unlike some of the other rounds, that was extremely close for the two.
Absolutely. Mikesaftig trying to use a 6P round start to get around Envy's options, but gets hit by the disc anyway.
Ooh, nice reversal DP, able to keep Mike alive and trying to go in with the wild assault. Can we keep it going? No, because Envy is going to be able to attack you from the air.
Mikesaftig throwing out these DPs, waits out the deflect shield, gets a huge punish. Gotta burn the meter too. Oh, the super didn't come out.
I imagine they tried to go for it and just misinputted, but ooh, trying to dive punch straight into Envy's hitboxes. That's not what you want to see. And the Rose comes out, you're one hit away. But with Millia's health, you know, they're both one hit away, so it's really close between these two.
Oh, the DP whiffs. Mikesaftig bad dashes out, gets a huge, honestly, very lucky 2K to close out that game.
2K 2D out. That's really all you need, but now we're capitalizing off of that whiff DP.
Mikesaftig maybe a little too happy with how the DPs are performing earlier. Tries to go for another one. It doesn't quite work.
Got to be watching out. You don't want to be using these moves too much. Still, though, able to secure a throw, putting a lot of damage on Envy's back, as Envy is having, there we go, able to start something up.
Envy just so good at using these close slashes to anti at their opponents. It's happened so many times now. Speaking of, maybe they can put it away, but they drop, but it doesn't matter. American reset into throw, and that lets Envy take the game 3-0 in a dominant performance.
You gotta really use that tightrope, and if you get hit, that's it.
That's it.
That is
GG's, it's over.
So yeah, Envy's got to be careful. And ooh, going for the J2K, trying to go into the Rekka too. Maybe trying to go for the overhead, but stopping after the second one.
Absolutely. Looks like Envy is already being able to put on this pressure against TestYourLuck here. Burst was forced out early, and here comes the tightrope. Maybe not quite a master of the tightrope just yet, though.
very hard mechanic to use, using the Beta Blade to get a nice reversal into a throw. Trying to get the charge does at least gets a little bit, but now Test Your Luck is starting to set up a little bit, and look at all that health fly away. PRC try to save the day for Envy, but getting hit yet again.
OTG6H doesn't quite connect the first time, but it does this go around. Envy's health just disappearing just like that.
That's exactly what I was talking about there, Calico. Chip has really good pressure, but damage could be better. And on top, oh no, the whiff DP. Yeah, you're getting melted, especially because Test Your Luck is still, wait a minute, not in the driver's seat because the JH coming in to save the day. Max back on. J2K tried to set up for the J2K, 2K2B.
Test Your Luck flying across the screen with the 2P, but it doesn't quite work out. Envy pulling out the round.
Envy going to be able to keep themselves alive with a godlike Chip, just trying to backdash as much as possible, but can't find their way in. 2K2D, perfect tightrope setup into the Alpha Blade in order to make their way onto it, and we're going to be setting up perfectly for the wall break this time.
Absolutely. Test Your Luck already down to 50% health, but that doesn't matter when you're fighting against Nago. What is Envy going to do here to maybe bring this out?
And there we go. Just going to be able to secure another diagonal Alpha Blade. Trying to go for the Rekka, trying to go for the far slash. Gonna be hit very hard though, especially as Test Your Luck is just bringing them all the way to the corner. And
reversal super doesn't work. We're just burning meter like we're made of it. Good lord.
And that burst was put in the bag too. Very, very rough for Envy there, especially as Test Your Luck breaking your defense and going to be taking the first game.
Absolutely. Just so obvious in Envy's gameplay that when the super whiffed, they hard panicked. PRC, gold burst, again, just spending meter like we were made of it. And maybe freaked out a little bit on the super.
Especially as they're getting back into it. Now we're going to be finding out who's going to be making it out alive. And already Test Your Luck is just spraying away at Envy's health. Ooh.
Envy trying to go for the meterless reversal option doesn't quite work out, but doesn't get punished as heavily as I would have thought.
No, but still, Test Your Luck has such a good read on them. But there we go, getting in the Wild Assault, drops it on the Alpha Blade, but gets the throw as they're running in, gets the command grab too. Okay, Envy, you're cooking, but wait a minute!
That wasn't reversal safe, gets hit.
Spin the chip too. You're able to make such a good comeback, but you gotta watch out as your opponent can come back at any minute. But Envy, they're close to their burst, so if they need it, they spent it.
Test Your Luck tries to get a big version off of there. It doesn't quite succeed though, but gets a huge back throw off of Envy to put them back in the corner. Excuse me.
I didn't go for the 2K2D setup. I knew they were trying for it as they're just stuck in the corner, getting thrown and trying to backdash, but getting taken out for it. Test Your Luck, getting a second game on the board and really messing Envy up. This is a different beast, I feel like, than what we saw before.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Envy defect shielding on that first hit of Far Slash is not going to push Nagoriyuki away, and it kept Test Your Luck perfectly within range.
Calico, it seems Envy is asking us for their player. Do we go with Millia or do we go with Bedman?
I don't know. We've seen Millia a lot tonight. I'm maybe leaning towards the Bedman. What do you think?
I'm leaning towards, Envy? Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
Follow your heart and your dreams. Wow.
I pick Chip. Trust me. Do trust me. I'm a showman. I can tell. You're asking us who we want to see. I'm guessing, it's the Bedman. It's the Bedman.
The man who is a bed, the bed who is a man. Very interesting.
I absolutely love how Envy was asking us who we want to see. I've never seen that before, but honestly, that's just because Strive players, they're just a lot of fun.
We're all just silly little guys at heart,
Playing our funny little anime game.
And getting a gold burst. If you're gonna burst, it might as well be gold. And Test Your Luck not seeming phased by this curvature switch in any sense of the word.
Test Your Luck, you see it. The set play is the same. They're going in, they're getting the moves they want. But Envy starting to make their way back in themselves, trying to go in for a stomp. Not able to secure that, but still able to secure so much more.
little overwhelmed by some of the bedman action. Has to put a burst out onto the field. Blood pops though. Will you get a follow-up? Sure will. Super time. That's the one.
Good thing Test Your Luck was in the advantage, because if they weren't, you saw there were literally a sliver of health. If MB got out for a moment, it would have been their game, but still cannot make their way out against Test Your Luck.
And be trying to float around, get around some of this Nagoriyuki offense. Huge counter hit on the close slash, going to lead to some massive damage. These error follow-ups starting to do a lot of work already. Test Your Luck sitting in the blender. I hope you're blocking. And they are.
Yes, you are.
Excuse me. Does not get a big punish though.
Not at all. Oh, gets a low and a lot of damage. Test Your Luck able to get 2 really good hits, stopping the Wild Assault from doing much, just trying to keep so much distance, and gets a really strong anti-air.
Oh, hello connection. I can physically see the game slowing down. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal. And
speaking of brutality, that's Test Your Luck putting the game up. Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, here are our 2 competitors. Dany and Maza, of course, been playing a few matches, but winning most of them, 6 out of 7. Really good win rate, and of course, having really good results. This is his 2nd grand final appearance in Breakout. Got 4th place in bracket about nothing in Guilty Gear Strive over there, and of course, 17th place at TNS. If you got a really strong TNS result, I mean, you're cooking.
Absolutely. That 17th place, absolutely nothing to scoff at. Such a great performance, especially in a stacked bracket just like that one.
And you always know every week, those brackets are stacked to the brim with some of the best. So Dany and Maza definitely has some strong results under their belt.
For sure. What have you been calling him? The Grim Reaper? That's a great nickname. I love that a lot.
I remember because Dany and Maza was, I can't remember what tournament it was, but I saw him on literally my first ever Guilty Gear cast, and my co-commentator just kept calling him the Grim Reaper, and I've just been running with that ever since.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's true.
I love that. Just amazing stuff.
It's always fun to think of nicknames, but the same thing could be said about Test Your Luck. Been playing a lot more matches, 12 to boot, winning 7 of them, so 58% win rate. But still, as we saw in the last game, having a really strong showing with the Nago. Of course, already a champion at Breakout, won the first ever one, got 21st on Paragon Line 32, which was last week. So it's pretty recent, pretty fresh out of the oven. And of course, their own 17th place at the TNS the week before.
Yeah, absolutely. That I feel you on the 17th place. I fight in Fight Station Flash Kicks almost every Thursday, and I almost always end up placing 17th. So that curse is real. I feel that. Welcome to Breakout. We are in a grand finals match. Exclamation point Matcherino. Come check out our Matcherino and get our players supported and paid as Dany starts off very massively in this round with a huge counter hit.
Absolutely rushing down Test Your Luck and just already OD fireballs, sending Test Your Luck flying with a hard knockdown. Maza, yeah, they want to get this over with. They want their tournament win. They do not want to give Test Your Luck another. Getting the DP off the PRC too. Okay.
That was an amazing OS coming out from Dany there with the RC throw into the DP. But Test Your Luck firing right back. Look at this routing.
Absolutely perfect PRC coming out too. Just try and take some blood in the raw. Ride the lightning. Just gonna have to PRC into a throw though.
Absolutely. Dany just so good again at these like OS options.
Look at this, already trying to set up like Dany usually does, forcing the burst though, but now we got the counter into the Wild Assault. Nothing to save Test Your Luck this time around.
Test Your Luck perhaps a little bit on the defensive, does not watch the toes though. And unfortunately, the game doesn't... Hello?
I love Guilty Gear Strive!
Stomachs is a AAA development company, by the way, and that's the first game, I'm pretty sure. I think we're okay. I think that's the first game.
Remember, Arc System works. Key to this random house that I showed before. If you make a good patch and fix your netcode. I'm not telling you where it is. I'm just gonna send you the key anonymously, and you're gonna have to find out where the key goes.
Just just really funny stuff here. Oh my goodness. This is shaping up to be a very, very interesting grand finals already.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this random house key.
Because it's funny. It's a good bit. It's funny.
It is, especially because I don't know why I still have it. It was like a house I lived in like 3 houses ago.
That's
I don't know why I
Baiken.
still have it.
Oh, and a little bit of mid-space neutral here. Dany going for that pseudo-zoning sort of style again. TestYourLuck forcing out the burst really early, actually. TestYourLuck forced to spend his bursts early in a lot of these games, maybe putting him in a little bit of trouble.
And Dany already riding the lightning, going to be able to break the wall and test your luck. They had such a good showing in the last match, but it's just such a different story. Dany is literally putting TestYourLuck in their place, just sending them wall after wall, combo after combo.
Absolutely, especially after that last game against Cloned. Maybe Dany is just so comfortable fighting against vampires right now that it's working out in his favor. Does not get punished on the whiff DP either.
No, Dany has such complete control that they're not even getting whiffed for very punishable things, as they're just, again, keeping TestYourLuck hard kept in the corner, Oki coming out and able to get another hit, leaving TestYourLuck again in such a rough spot. The PRC not saving you, dog.
Oh, just like that, Dany putting it away, bringing it out to a very quick 2-0.
You know, Dany is quite literally, as we were saying before, Dany's clearing this out. They want this over with. They just need one more win, and that's it. They win the entire tournament.
Absolutely. It is just almost quite that simple. Trying not to keep our friendly folks over at the Geekly waiting for very long.
I also would like to note, I have seen that Geekly is actually streaming our stream over on their stream. So, everybody at the Geekly, hello! You are also here.
And Dany also saying a hello to TestYourLuck and putting him in the corner almost immediately.
No, but this time around, TestYourLuck is starting to make their way out, but Dany finally using their burst, able to put TestYourLuck back in the place that Dany wants them. RRC, Fireball, DP, setting up for another wall, and yeah, TestYourLuck not looking too hot again.
Dany just so comfortable with this matchup right now, putting it away as quickly as he possibly can.
And now we are sitting quite literally on tournament point, as TestYourLuck is starting to feel that last-ditch effort, that now or never energy, but again cannot find the range to fight Dany.
Absolutely, Dany looking so strong and just so dominant right now. TestYourLuck trying to back throw him in the corner, but it doesn't matter. Dany escaping anyway with a huge counter hit.
Trying to poke in again. Oh, they're in the air though for this super to come out, and yeah, that's going to be hitting for a good amount of damage. The reversal keeping TestYourLuck alive for a little longer and at least tying up that life lead, especially as they're getting back in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Again, we've been saying there's no such thing as a life lead against Nagoriyuki, but maybe we're going to have one now as Dany hits a huge DP to end that game 3-0.